Almost 100 years ago, Winston Churchill said, quote, "Those that fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it," unquote. Well, the spivs and hacks who run the New South Wales Liberal Party should take note. Yesterday, Green modern Liberal Matt Kean was elected unopposed as New South Wales Deputy Liberal Party leader. And all I can say is expect a repeat of the May 21 federal election. Remember when Scott Morrison thought it'd be a good idea to commit to net zero emissions after winning the 2019 federal election on an anti-net zero platform? Well, it looks like that's exactly what Premier Dominic Perrottet is doing with a state election in almost 6 months. Instead of backing coal, mining and manufacturing, Perrottet has let Green Matt Kean run rampant, thinking that it will win the people of New South Wales over. He's let Kean commit to halving emissions by 2030, while power prices triple and the Europeans turn their coal-powered plants back on just to keep the lights on. Kean calls himself a, quote, outspoken critic of climate denialism, unquote, and says National Party politicians can resign from the ministry if they don't back his net zero policies. Perrottet has let Kean call the shots internally, making sure the new up-and-comers in the New South Wales Liberal Party are on his side when it comes to his green dreams. And the result will be a landslide victory to Labor next year. These people are stuck in a bubble of woke and green elitism. They've lost touch with average Australians who are sick of politics. They're sick of politicians like Matt Kean being voted in on a conservative agenda and then backflipping once they're elected. They're sick of politicians who don't have the spine to stand up to the green activist mobs who are holding our industries to ransom. And they're sick of the lecturing on climate change. Look at Tony Abbott's victory in 2013. Tony took 17 seats off Labor, giving the coalition a huge majority by running on an anti-carbon tax platform. Then miserable ghost Malcolm Turnbull lost 14 seats to Labor in the 2016 election after trying to please everyone by sitting on the fence and backing climate action. And even after 2 terms in office, Scott Morrison strolled into the lodge in 2019 by rejecting net zero emissions. Meanwhile, many parts of Australia have had their wettest year on record after being told we'd be in perpetual drought and the rains won't fill our dams because of climate change. Australia's snowfields have had some of their biggest dumps of fresh powder in history after being told that snowfalls would steadily decrease down to nothing. Sea levels aren't rising, extreme weather events are not increasing, and the world hasn't fried, as the catastrophists have been saying it would for the past 50 years. The facts and history don't lie, but Matt Kean and the green sycophants who surround him will continue to. Kean will drag the coalition to defeat at the next election, just as Morrison did this year and Bill Shorten did with Labor in 2019. If he really wants to win power, Kean should resign and get a safe seat with Labor, who are odds on to win. They'd endorse him in a flash.